My name is Megan Tady, and I live in Western Massachusetts with my two young kids and my husband, and a dog and two cats, and a little library that I sort of stalk all the time to see who's taking books and who's leaving them. Super Bloom is about a massage therapist in Vermont working at a luxury spa. And she's grieving the loss of her love, and she's about to get fired because she has a really bad attitude and she does not want to work on any more clients. So, to save her job, she has to get a glowing review from the hardest client of all, a famous romance novelist named Carmen Bronze. She totally tanks her massage, and Carmen pulls her aside and says, "Look, I will give you this glowing review if you start dishing dirt about the spa because I want to set my next bestseller here." So Joan agrees, and she starts doing just that. But along the way, she starts to wonder if she can write the love story she wishes she'd had, one with the happy ending of her lost love. 8 years ago, my husband took me on a surprise birthday trip in February to a spa in Vermont. And I got a massage from a massage therapist who didn't really want to be there. Like I could tell she wasn't loving what was happening. And as I was getting the massage, was like, what is she thinking? What is this like to be in this really physically taxing, super intimate job? Um, After the massage, I went back to our cabin, and my husband also gave me a journal for my birthday. And right by the fire, I started writing the first little inklings of Super Bloom and this character of Joan, who was this massage therapist who I had. And that's sort of how the story blossomed. I had been writing some short stories and sort of dabbling. I was taking some classes locally, but I hadn't started a novel and I hadn't dabbled with that. And I was really self-conscious about whether I could pull it off. I was sort of like, who am I to write a novel? Do I even know how to do this? Over the course of 8 years, I had two kids. I was growing a business as a writer and an editor, and I was learning how to write this book and growing a community of people and beta readers who were helping me along the way. And I'm so glad that I didn't give up because I could have very easily. And I think that little engine in me is what I put in my character Joan in the book. For a long time, Super Bloom had a different title. And one day I was listening to the radio and I heard about a super bloom, an actual super bloom happening in California. I think this was 2019. And I had no idea what it was. And it turns out that there are these wildflower seeds in deserts that are just waiting for the right conditions of heat and rain. And they sometimes last for years just in these deserts in this sort of what we think of as barren lands. And when the right conditions happen, these flowers bloom and they are just mountainsides of flowers that you can see even from space. And I was looking up images and I was just astounded by them. And as I was, doing this research, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the title for my book. This idea that not only Joan, but all of us have these seeds of potential in us that we're waiting for the right conditions to bloom made so much sense. And I think I remember like running to my husband, was like, I've got a new title. And it just made so much sense. And I was so psyched about it.